All right, guys, happy Friday. Today's workout, gonna be a challenging one. For time, 22 dumbbell overhead squats into 15 push-ups. You're gonna have a 2-minute break. You're gonna repeat that for 8 total sets. The dumbbell overhead squats, I do want them done 11 on one side, 11 on the other, just so we can keep things even. 2-minute rest, 8 sets. I'd like to see if you guys are able to maintain your speed or your time across all 8 sets, right? So that'd be a nice challenge. Because a lot of times people come out too quick and they start to slowly drop off, or they start out way too slow and they're able to build. I want you guys to pick a pretty aggressive pace and try and maintain it across all 8 rounds. We're gonna go over each of those movements just so that you guys are familiar with what they should look like and how we can kind of modify or scale. So for the dumbbell overhead squat, I'm just gonna have Manny go into a quick dumbbell power snatch just to get that dumbbell up overhead, right? We wanna start with that arm locked out, elbows tight, he's active in his shoulder. Our squat's not gonna change too much. Hips are gonna come slightly back, we're gonna let those knees come forward, chest is gonna stay up nice and tall. So just go into a nice slow squat for me. It's up tight, cool. Crease of the hip is below the knee, eyes out in front. He can even have that hand out for balance, or he can tighten his butt just to give him a little bit of extra attention. He's gonna squeeze his butt at the top, make sure that we're getting fully locked out. Tightens, follow me, tighten. Okay, and squat back down. Good. A lot of times what we'll see is a lack of mobility in the ankles, knees, hips, and that T-spine. So if your upper back is a little tight, this position is going to be hard for you. So as you squat down, that dumbbell will either go out in front, or you'll start to get that nasty little elbow bend where you can't fully support it. So what I want you guys to do instead is if you bring that dumbbell up, he's going to bring it to his shoulders. He's going to squat down. From here, he's going to press and then try to stand up. So it'll be more of like a bottoms up dumbbell overhead squat. So we're just kind of breaking that movement into 2 parts just to make it a little bit more straightforward. For a lot of us, this will still be quite challenging. So if you guys just can't get into that position, whether it be due to your upper body's mobility or your lower body, we're just gonna go into that front squat. So 1 end of the dumbbell on the shoulder, we're just gonna leave it in that front rack, but I still want you guys going 11 reps on one side, 11 on the other. Cool, and relax. Cool. After that, he's done 11 and 11, or 22 dumbbell overhead squats total. He's gonna go into 15 push-ups. I want those hands about shoulder width. We're gonna start with them right underneath. Active midline, arms start locked out. I'm gonna want his hips and chest to fall at the same rate, so that his chest makes contact with the floor, and then back up to a locked out position. Show us a couple quick reps, coach. Cool, and rest. The big thing that we see, especially as fatigue starts to set in, is we go into more of that worm style push-up, right? So we'll come here, and that chest comes up way before his hips, so he starts going into that really excessive arching of the back, right? We want to prevent this, so if you guys want, you can put something underneath you to reduce that range of motion. You could even use your dumbbell, right? So if we're not working with a full range of motion, the movement's going to be a little bit easier to control. But if you find that you're having to stack up too many things to get that done, I would just prefer you just to go with a knee push-up. Yep, so we'll just put our knees down, we're gonna cross our ankles. I do want your knees a little bit further back so we have that same line from our shoulders and our hips, but then the same thing happens. Chest comes down, we're back up to a full locked out position. This isn't my favorite mod, but we're gonna keep things simple for you guys at home since you guys don't have a coach right there to kind of help work you through some of this stuff. 22 overhead squats, 15 push-ups, 2-minute rest, 8 rounds. Put your scores on SugarWOD, Facebook, let us know how you did. Thanks, guys.